heard you're trying to vote. Lucky for you, got me this here piece of equipment. It's gonna help us just do that, learn about it. Well, lucky for you, I got a computer here with some information on it. Hey, trying to vote? Well, I'm your guy. Alright.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
First of all, in order to vote, you gotta be a US citizen, and you gotta be 18 years old. That's just the bare minimum, mind you. Now, to register to vote in PA, you have to fill out the Pennsylvania voter registration form. This can be found at the PA County Board of Elections office, if you want to do so. And you must be registered 30 days before, count it, 30 days before the election date to participate in said election. Now, some key facts about our country in terms of voting is that there are 235,248,000 people in this country that are eligible to vote. However, there's only 218,959,000 that are actually registered voters. And even worse so than that, there's only 137,500,000 people that actually go up to vote. Now, this is about 58% of the voting age population and about 63% of registered voters. Alright, so now that you're registered to vote, now you're going to need how to do that thing you call voting. This is going to be where to find out where your local election is going to take place. So, the main areas where you can vote are going to be gymnasiums at schools, churches, government offices. Now, second of all, when you're going to vote, you're going to want to know who's on your ballot. And the best way to find out who's on your ballot is to do some research by yourself. Basically, this can be done by going on the internet and looking up who is participating in your local election, either that or paying attention to your local news broadcast. And the best way to prepare yourself for an election, just in general, is to educate yourself on any type of politics, more so that you're voting for. In Pennsylvania, you can vote before election day if you're going to make the election with an absentee ballot. This needs to be completed and submitted by the Friday before the election day, no later than, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 p.m. If you're any later than that, you can't vote. Tough luck. Now, the way you do that for the absentee ballot is basically an absentee ballot is for those of people who cannot make it to the polling places on election day itself. If you can make it to your polling station, then you obviously don't need one because you're there and you're going to cast a vote. I mean, yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. I don't even know why that need explaining. If you can't make it, then you can obviously apply for one of these. The way to do this is to contact the County Board of Elections and state your reason why that you need one for obviously any reason. And then they'll send you one through email or mail. And you'll make your selections. And then you're going to send it back to them before 5 p.m. on the Friday before Election Day. If you're disabled, blind, or deaf, you can definitely still vote. You can contact the County Board of Elections to find out if your polling place is accessible for you. If you need assistance, you need to fill out the Declaration of Need of Assistance form to specify who will be helping you vote. This person cannot be a judge of elections, someone associated with the voters' union. If this still does not work, you can apply for an alternate ballot, or if you have a permanent disability, you can apply for a permanent absentee ballot. So now I taught you how to figure out if you're eligible to vote or not, how to find your selected polling station, and how to gain access to your polling station so you're eligible to vote. Now I'm going to teach you how to cast your ballot. So basically there's 3 different types of ways that you can cast a ballot. This is through a lever action machine, which is very, very old-timey and they're not used anymore, they discontinued them. And a punch card, which is basically a sheet of paper attached to a clipboard, which you check off which candidate you want to vote for, and that's basically it. And the most modern and common version used nowadays is a touchscreen. Now what this is it's like a voting computer. It has 2 big side panels, well 3, coming up from the front and both sides to ensure that you have voter security and voter privacy, because you're entitled to your own political opinion and no one needs to know about opinion if you don't want them to. So the way that this machine works is that there's obviously a blank screen. You're going to start the machine and it's going to ask you to select your language. Once you've selected your language, it's going to bring up the candidate selection screen. From the candidate selection screen, you're going to click the candidate that you wish to vote for that aligns with your own political views. And then from there, you're going to check if you want to vote for him or not. And then when you finish, you're going to review the ballot. They're going to hit the red vote button located at the top of the screen. You're going to click it, and then you cast your ballot. And as simple as that. In Pennsylvania, you can vote before Election Day, but you cannot make the election with an absentee ballot. Now, an absentee ballot is a ballot for people who are unable to make an election. Now, once you're going to arrive at your polling place that you selected to go to, you're going to be greeted by polling officials who are going to be able to assist you and answer any questions that you're going to have. And now what you're going to need to do is you need to bring any type of photo identification that you have so that voting officials can validate that it is you who you're claiming to be that is going to vote. So, now you know how to vote and to basically make your voice heard in our country's great elections. And with that, I say, happy voting and Godspeed.